Hello, YouTube. I hope you're having a wagtastic day. This is Universe Bear from the Wagatorium, bringing you another Warhammer Total War II battle replay. This time, I'm bringing my Greenskins against Universe Bear's Tomb Kings. Wait a second. I'm Universe Bear. Nope, I'm going to be bringing my Tomb Kings against Panton's Greenskin Horde, or Pant One's Greenskin Horde, or Pantoon's Greenskin Horde. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. But yeah, he picked Greenskins first, and usually don't like doing mirror matches. So usually, if they pick Greenskins first, I'm gonna let them play Greenskins. I'm gonna try something else. Still lets us get some good Greenskin action here. I just have to kill my brethren, which always feels bad, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Because it needs to get done. So let's take a look at, I'm just going to call him Pantoon. Let's see what Pantoon brought here. So, he brought some Forest Goblin Spider Riders, I guess to deal with any, what do you call it, skirmishers that I would bring, maybe some cav that I might bring, or other archers. Just keep things distracted. Not a bad choice there. He's got a bunch of orc boys here. Orc boys, I like them as a front line, especially with WOG. They do quite well. They got 34 weapon strength, which is quite strong for a chaff unit with 8 AP. Okay leadership, I guess. I think it's the same as Empire swordsmen, whatever you call them. The human guys with shields, 30 armor. Good HP pool, so I think they're pretty solid, especially if they get some buffs along the way. You can see in the back here he's got 2 units of Black Orcs. Black Orcs are going to be able to tear through any infantry the Tomb Kings can bring, and their AP will let them do some good damage against constructs as well, but they don't have anti-large, but the sheer amount of AP they bring will see them through 36 AP, so that's a ton there. Did bring a big spider. What better way to fight constructs than with the giant monster? One thing that when I play Greenskins, I usually don't bring a monster because they do have the Shopty Great Bows, which will chomp them up pretty quick. I have been experimenting using the Goblin, this guy, the Night Goblin Shaman. If you have that, I can't remember what it's called, like Night Shroud or something, makes everyone invisible. So if you throw that on the spider, you can get them up close enough that they don't get whittled away before even getting to the front line. I've been experimenting with that to, varying amounts of success. He's got some Forest Goblin Spider Riders here. If I do have a back line, you can get back there. Really muck them up. They have poison, so things aren't going to be able to get away as much. They also have good mass, so they're going to be able to surround constructs if need be. Make sure I can't get away with my constructs. He also has the nasty skulkers back here protecting his back line. Always a good choice. If I bring in any constructs through the front line or any horses through the back, he's going to be able to smoke bomb them and let his archers get away. You can see for a general, he has picked good old Grimgore here. Grimgore, I quite like him. I know he's not super competitive, but he's good as far as Footlords goes. He has 500 damage, 350 AP, 70 attack, which is pretty huge for attack. Good leadership, good armor. It'd be interesting to see how the new Gitsnik does. I think it's lower cooldown, lower duration, so you get to pop it more times in a fight. His HP is a little lacking. I wish they gave him a bit more HP so he could survive a little bit more, but he does do good damage. And because he's not on a mount, he's a bit of a smaller target. It's going to be harder to snipe him out with the Shopty Great Bow, which sometimes can happen if you bring Warzag on a boar, if you bring Azag or something like that. And for his missile line back here, he does have the Rusty Arrows and the Orc Arrow Boys, so he definitely wants to have something that can hurt constructs with some AP there. So I think a good choice on that side. We can go move over to my non-greenskin army. Yeah, I got some Tomb Scorpions hidden in the woods, because why not? Surprise them, bring in my forces here, let them come in, and then just bring the constructs on the side. My front line is just a bunch of skeleton spearmen. They're just going to hold the front line. I know they're not going to get a lot of kills, but I just don't want his army to break through, because really my killing power is tied up in these Ushapti Great Bows. and the Chosen of the Gods. So these guys are going to be able to rip apart black orcs and the spider. And I was hoping he'd bring something like Wurzag to be able to get some more damage in on there. They're really going to do quite well, and I like using them as archers. I've got a Necrotect here just to heal up the Tomb Scorpions or whatever needs healing, and then Setra the Imperishable with some spells I randomly chose because I'm not too used to the Tomb Kings. Wrath of Petra, just your general explosion-y spell. Incantation of Desiccation to basically counter Fist of Gork was my thinking, or any other buffs really. Then this was for the Shopty Great Bows, so they could get some more damage in. It's quite a bit of a boost there. And then this physical resist, just in case anything's dying, needs to get away. Check that on it, and then some general buffs there. This thing seemed quite useful because it's a constant buff around him, and so is that one, so that's nice for sure. And he's got some heals, so seems pretty powerful. He's got a nice big construct, so he can just chomp around the lions. Fear and Terror, that's always a good time against the Greenskins. So let's get this thing a-rolling. So you can see Chosen of Gods already doing quite a bit of damage against these Forest Goblin Spider Riders, but I want to bring them up. Make sure we can start working on this Arachnarok Spider. I think that's my biggest threat right now. So this guy just kind of marching forward. Gonna start taking some good damage. I think I'm going to move the Chosen of the Gods onto the Black Orcs. Their spray damage is a little wasted on single entity monsters, I think. So moving them into another really threatening unit. And you can see, yeah, the Arachnarok Spider's taking some good damage. It hasn't even gotten into the fight yet. Hitting these rusty arrows by mistake a little bit because they're cloaked, but you can't complain about that. He's going to pop the Wog here. He's really focused on this one side, so I'm going to bring over my Skeleton Spearman, kind of act as a backline. He's kind of blobbing up right here, so you see he's got a bunch of units just fighting one Skeleton Spearman. These guys aren't going to rout, and that's exactly what I want. I just want to tarp hit as much as I can, and then use the Shafty Bows to whittle everything down. That's where my damage comes from. So he can fight these guys with all his units all day. I got a backline here, and then I'll have another backline. So if he just keeps doing that, I'm going to have maximum time to put arrows into him. Going to bring the Setra the Imperishable in here, try to get some damage off. I think he's going to try to use Vindictive Glare, it looks like there. Maybe it didn't proc. He's going to bring in his Skirmishers and his Goblin Spider Riders into the back line, try to mush up my Shafty Bows. Spider already gone, so that's what I mean. When you bring the Spider, it can be a risky pick, especially if you can't cloak it to get close. And then when you do get in close, you got to bring it into the Shafty Bows. You got to take care of those if you're going to bring a monster. See, some of his boys are breaking through to the second back line, and his spiders are getting into these Shafties, so I'm going to have to pull in my reserve spears. Let's try to bring them down while I move them to the side here so they can get firing again, because I really need them to constantly be firing. He's doing good damage against this Tomb Scorpion. Nasty Skulkers and the Black Orcs are going to whittle him down with that AP. And he switched his Bowie shooty people onto Setra the Imperishable, so going to do some good damage there for sure. Finally breaking through these Skeleton Spearmen, but you notice how long that took just to break through there. All the while the Tomb Scorpion was doing some good damage, and I'm not sure if we're actually getting shots on here, so maybe it was mostly the Tomb Scorpion, maybe a little bit of Setra the Imperishable. But still, these guys are going to be able to fire. Over here you can see Spider Goblin thingies are doing a good job mucking up the Great Bows, but Great Bows, I do believe I have them on guard mode, so they've still been able to get a lot of shots off, especially the Chosen of the Gods. Going to bring in the Nasty Skulkers, so I'm going to try to get away this way, block them with spears. So it's a constant game of cat and mouse back here, which is it's a little bit of give and take. So you can see over here, he's got Get Snake active. He's trying to take out this Tomb Scorpion with Wurzag. So used to Wurzag with Gribgor. Doing some good damage, honestly. I want to see him cleave, but the Tomb Scorpion's just dodging all over the place. Now he's getting mucked up with some spearmen. UKEP's Incantation of Desiccation, really bringing down a lot of their well, it doesn't look like it's affecting them, but it's bringing down these guys to 0, 10, so they're not going to be able to do as much damage as they would like, although Grimgor seems to be still kicking it pretty good. He's just constantly cycle charging the back line, which is very good for my opponent. That's what he definitely needs to be doing, just messing up my Shopti Great Bows as much as he can, because that's where my damage is really coming from. And you can see my Tomb Scorpions are really starting to hurt. It's a dangerous situation, trying to heal this guy up, which is going to let him stay in the fight for a little bit longer, get some more kills. What's he at? 38 kills, 32 there, 54 on that one, but that one's going to go. So I'm getting a little swamped. The green tide's washing over me pretty good. Not sure if my barriers are going to be able to hold. I still got the spearmen. Skeleton spearman there, skeleton spearman there. Holding out. The King's Nikesh has gotten some kills even, which is, and these skeleton spearmen actually have 33 kills, which is pretty impressive for skeleton spearmen. This Necrotech is probably going to go down. I'm not sure if I used both the heals on him or not, so maybe I wasted one healing spell there. I can't remember. I've been just trying to use Cetra to bounce around the back line here, chasing away the archers to make sure they can't take down my constructs, and then move on to my Shopti. These nasty Stalkers finally dealt with. These Forest Goblin Spider Riders finally dealt with. But now both my front line and my backup front line have pretty much been broken through. And you can see the Black Orcs and Grimgor just coming in here. They're hungry for that Ushopti booty. They want it bad. And he's just mad. Or he's having a good time. It's always hard to tell with the Greenskins. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But either way, I'm going to run away because I don't want any of that. You can see his skirmishers now going against Cetra the Imperishable. Luckily, does have good armor and chased away the rusty arrows, so it's not going to cause too much damage. Not too worried about that. Going to try to fire form a concave here, so when he chases one unit, the others can fire in and get that damage that they really need to do. So going to focus on the Black Orcs first. If I can get rid of them, start focusing on Werzag. You can see a lot of his troops are tattered right now. They've done some good work, but Fear and Terror, or I guess just Fear, it's really working against them here. That's why sometimes it's hard if you bring chaffy Orc Boys units, but I usually bring Savage Orcs myself. Orc Boys is a good choice because they do have shields, which can help against range as well, but they're just too wounded to really stay in the fight right now. You can see that Grimgor is going to start getting worked down, but he is a smaller unit, so he's not going to take as much damage as something on a mount typically would. You can see a lot of these arrows missing. That one just got him right in the shoulder, but he's taking it like a champ. He's really focused on his mission. So Grimgor wants to smash, and when Grimgor wants to smash, he makes love to a tree. So that's what goes on there. I got another little fight, I guess, going on back here. Trying to kill this Night Goblin Shaman, make sure he doesn't use any Vindictive Glares on me, as Cetra the Imperishable is pretty low, and it's also another leadership unit for the Greenskins, so if I can get rid of him, maybe this back area will start to break a little bit, but he's going to get a nice surround here, and he's going to be able to take out these Skeleton Spearmen pretty handily. These guys, maybe I should be moving over here to help protect, but I think I'm going to bring everyone in, see if I can get rid of this pocket. Grimgor is still on his mission, his log voyage here to chase off these Shopti Great Bow, and he's starting to take some damage. I still got a fair amount of ammo on these guys because they were getting mucked up for so long by the Spider Riders and the Nasty Skulkers, so they have enough ammo that they could start dealing with good old Grimgor there. He's going to bring in these Forest Goblin Spider Riders, which is definitely a good call. He needs to slow these guys down because Grimgor is just going to chase forever and slowly die. I decided this fight probably wasn't going to be winnable. Nasty Skulkers and the Black Orcs at the time. Maybe I should have charged in there and the Fear and Terror would have won it for me, but I really want to take care of this situation. If I can take care of Grimgor, everything's going to, collapse like a deck of cards that's been turned into a house made of cards and then made to fall over. Anyway, there's the battle happening over here. Chosen of the Gods going to win this. They are still pretty good in melee. I think they still have AP weapon strength. Yep. So they're going to wreck these black orcs. They're just too tattered really to take that fight at this point. But these guys have been blocked in by the spiders, and that's what I mean by their mass. I was trying to path them out, but they just can't get through the spiders. So they had to fight. And with Grimgore and everything, they're just able to slowly kill them. These guys were starting to get some good damage into Grimgore because he had to stay still. So he was starting to take some damage there, but he brought in more Spider Riders. So definitely great use of the Spider Riders from Pantoon here. Just blocking up these Shopti, making sure they can't get away. I do have a few spears left, so that's really going to help me out. Chosen of Gods, out of ammo now, so now they are just regular Shopti, which is always super useful with the Shopti Great Bows, is that once they're out of ammo, they're still pretty effective and really quite scary in their own right. He's bringing in all the infantry now. Another Wog, I think a little premature Wog. It's only really going to affect Grimgore here. I think he's hoping that I'm going to run these guys this way, but I don't know why I would do that, so I'm just going to run away. You know, let him use his Wog over here to see if I can get some shots off on him. I really want to end Grimgore. I also don't want Cetra taking too much damage, which is why I'm not charging him into Grimgore. Maybe I should, because he could probably knock him over, honestly. Maybe I have too much respect for Grimgore. I just like him as a character, so I assume he'll do well. I don't have a lot of experience with Cetra the Imperishable, so I'm just using Cetra more to go after, you know, blobs of units. But you're going to see the balance of power just got a little bit too low. Everything was too tattered. I still had my Shopti in decent health, and that's what's going to pull out the game there. Definitely a good game from Pantoon, or Pantone? I'm not sure. If you see this Pantone and you want to tell me how to pronounce your name, please do. And next time we play, I'll pronounce it correctly. But good game from you. I think you brought a pretty good build. Your front line did quite well. You could see quite a few kills against the Skeleton Spearman. I think maybe if he had brought in a Orc Shaman. I know Vindictive Glare is pretty in fashion these days, but those buffs, the Orc Shaman, they're just so good. I would probably bring an Orc Shaman over a Goblin Shaman most days, and you would have been able to just cleave through all these infantry. Got to my backline quite a bit quicker. Dealt with the Chosen of the Gods, because Chosen of the Gods is on Black Orcs pretty much whenever it could be, and I got a ton of kills. So I think that's what really wrecked the Black Orcs, even though they still did well. I guess mostly against the Spearmen, so just Spearmen kills, but they probably did some good damage against the Tomb Scorpions as well. As did Grimgore. Spider, if you're going to pick the Spider, you need to bring some kind of cloak against the Tomb Kings, because Shopti bows are just going to rip it apart so fast, and you're going to lose a whole bunch of value there. So I think that was a bit of a mistake. If he had just added that Night Shroud spell and used it, he could have gotten into the front line with the Spider, and maybe gotten into the back line with the Spider and all the other little spiders, and maybe that would have turned the tide for him. I also think he split up his army, so he had a bunch of those guys fighting in the back when Grimgore was sent on a crazy mission to try to take out the Shopti, which he did do against the Sea Shopti. But it wasn't quite enough. Cetra got a ton of kills. The Spearmen actually did really well, which I was surprised to see. I'm not sure where they got all their kills. Maybe against the Nasty Skulkers. I'm not sure. Two Scorpions did what two Scorpions did. So it was definitely a close fight. It was right up until the end there. It was hard to tell who was going to win. So Pantoon, good fight, as I've already said a few times. I hope I run into you in the ladder again, and we get to do another one. All right, guys, take care.